right, Shalom. Shalom, grace and peace to you brothers and sisters of Negroid and indigenous descent. We are here for another history class on this pagan Tuesday night, which is night 6, according to the heavens, right? 2 more days of labor before the Holy Sabbath, right? Hope you brothers and sisters got your pen and pads and your Bible, which is your history book.
All right, we're going over the Holy Sabbath, man. Like, how do they profane the Sabbath? Not really like how to count the Sabbath. We do those classes all the time. We'll keep doing those. And it has also helped knowing that the Sabbath is within your month throughout the year. Sabbath does not have, I didn't know how to word it, but that's what it's really going to be on. Like, the Sabbaths are within the month. They're not like separated from how we count all other feast days, because some people say that all feast days are counted by the moon in its ordinance, but the Holy Sabbath is according to the pagan calendar, which don't make no sense. Get Ezekiel 44:23.
We're in the book of Ezekiel, chapter 44, and verse 23.
Ezekiel speaks a lot about, well, all prophets spoke of the feast day, right? Probably some of the feast day, if not one, or talked about like the Sabbath in some type of way. But Ezekiel, he go in a lot if you go through his book. Go ahead.
Right, Ezekiel chapter 44, verse 23. And they shall teach my people the difference between the holy and profane.
All right, so we're supposed to teach the Lord's people, which is the children of Israel, the difference between the holy and the profane. Right, go ahead.
And cause men to discern between the unclean and the clean.
Right, and cause them to discern between the unclean and the clean. In this case, the profane can be, or is, anything outside of the laws of God is profane or unclean. Anything outside of the laws of God and the commandments is profane and unclean and not holy, right? So we're supposed to teach the difference between the holy and the profane, like Holy Sabbath versus Saturday Sabbath, right? Holy Sabbath versus Saturday Sabbath. You know what I'm saying? Holy Sabbath is, according to the scriptures. Profane Sabbath, Saturday Sabbath, is not according to the scriptures. Not Saturday is nowhere in the Bible. Sunday through Saturday is nowhere in the Bible. January through December is not in the Bible. It's not 31 days in a month. In some months, like it says on the pagan calendar, it's a total of 30 days every month, according to the scriptures. Right? That's separating the difference. Right? Teaching the difference between the holy and profane. Right? Teaching our people that the Holy Sabbath is within your months, right? It doesn't have a separate time than all the other feast days. It's all on the same. All right, go ahead, finish that up.
Right.
Verse 24.
Verse 24, Ezekiel 44, verse 24. And in controversy they shall stand in judgment, and they shall judge it according to my judgments. And they shall keep my laws and my statutes and all mine assemblies, and they shall hallow my Sabbaths.
Right, keep my laws, my statutes, and all of my assemblies. Right, they shall hallow my Sabbaths. Sabbaths. Right, let you know that Sabbath is not it's just not one Sabbath. Right, and it's frequently repeated. No, it's not one Sabbath. Sabbaths. Sabbaths, it's plural, right? The Sabbath that's coming up will be different from the Sabbath after the next work week, right? The first Sabbath of the month, which is the 8th day of the month, is different from the Sabbath of the 15th day of the month. It's different. It's different. It's in a different phase of the moon, right? It cannot be the same. You can't get a number 8 and then get another number 8. And it just be 8, 8, 8. You know, every Sabbath cannot be 8, cannot be 15, cannot be 22. Every Sabbath cannot be 29. Right. right? So that's what, just trying to, simple things like that. Hollow my Sabbaths.
And real
That
quick,
should
another
help
way, I just want
with
to
the
expound what you're saying.
understanding.
Another way to explain it, you got the first Sabbath, the second Sabbath, the
Yep.
third Sabbath, and the last or the fourth Sabbath. That's
Right.
another way.
So go to Genesis 1:14.
Genesis chapter 1, verse 14. And God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night. And let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years.
Right. Why did the Lord feel the need not to include weeks or months? Right. Why did he only name or list the days and years? You know what I'm saying? Days being, the smallest number within the year, and year is the, you don't count past a year. There's no, we're not counting, you know what I'm saying? Even though we don't use the years to count the feast days anyways, but the feast days are within the months in the year. You know what I'm saying? Just like your Sabbaths are within the months throughout the year. That's what it's saying, right? And God said, let there be lights in the firmament of heaven to divide the day from the night, right? That's a full 24 hours. You got 12 hours of the day, 12 hours of the night, right? And let them be for signs and for seasons. Signs and for seasons. Signs to the children of Israel. And the Sabbath approaching, or you got the spring season, summer season, fall season, you have the winter season. You know what I'm saying? These are signs that we can actually see, man, and observe and pay attention to. You have the animals, you know what I'm saying? But in this case, he's talking about the lights. The lights are for signs, seasons, and seasons, right? Let's jump over to Psalm 104 real quick. 104, 105? Is it 105, 19? 104, 19. Right, so they say these will be for signs, seasons, days, and years. Your seasons are dictated by what? Go ahead, bro.
Right, Psalms 104, verse 19. He appointed the moon for seasons. The sun knoweth his going down.
Right, so the sun knoweth is going down. It comes up every day. It looks the same. Every day it shines, and it sets. Arises in the east, sets in the west. It shines. That's all it does. It shines bright. It doesn't have any specific phases or changing phases like the moon, right? But the moon is for seasons. Yeah, the moon is for seasons. You know what I'm saying? You get your spring season, your summer season, your fall season, and your winter season. How, right? And there, it's like for the spring season, it's first 3 months. Summer season is the second 3 months, which is 4 through 6, and you have the fall season, which is 7 through 9, right? And you have your winter season, your 10 through 11. 12. 10 through 12, not 13, right? The Lord has an equal balance. He delights in the equal balance, right? So the moon is made for seasons, right? Now, when I look back at, I'm going to go back to Genesis 1 and 14. It says, and God said, let there be lights in the firmament of heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs, seasons, and for days and years. Right? We know that the sun does not calculate nothing but days. That give you let you know you're in the day season, daytime, right? Get that. Don't we have that in Sirach 33? Give me that real quick. Right? And your weeks and your months. Your months are your moon. That's the moon cycle, period. But we're gonna get that real quick. Your weeks are within your month. Your days are within the month. Your months are within the year. Right? It's no separate time that you can find nowhere in the scriptures where the Sabbath days are separate from any feast days and counting period. How the Lord told us to count and observe. Sirach 33.
Right, Sirach and Apocrypha, chapter 33.
Is it 7? What?
Yeah, 7. Right, Sirach 33, verse 7. Why doeth one day excel another, when as all the light of every day in the year is of the sun?
Right. Why does one day sell another one all the light of one day of the year? Right? Didn't it say of the year? Yeah, see? When the light of every day in the year is of the sun. See that? The sun rises every day in the year. You know what I'm saying? It can't, there's no way it can separate itself from the time that the Lord had formed it by, man. Day to day throughout the year. You know what I'm saying? Like we just read in Genesis 1 and 14. Right? Every day in the year is of the sun. You know what I'm saying? The light comes up, rises in the east, and sets in the west. It does it every day. Perfect, man. And we understand there's certain places where you get a lack of sunlight. Those are non-inhabitable areas, man. You're not supposed to be staying there. Really. The Lord is it's supposed to be a wilderness, and the Lord's supposed to be doing all this thing. And you got the animals that's supposed to live out there, certain animals, but I mean, if you're not getting that day-to-day sunlight, you're not an inhabitable area, man. You know what I'm saying? Of course, winters, you know what I'm saying, certain weathers will prevent you from getting your sunlight, but the sun still rises, though. It's behind the clouds, or, you know what I'm saying, you have the cold weather that's keeping it from getting real warm or hot, you know, throughout the day. But that sun always rises every day in the east and sets in the west. It's not a day it doesn't rise and set in the west. Go ahead, verse 8.
Right, verse 8. By the knowledge of the Lord they were distinguished, and he altered seasons and feasts.
Right, so the Lord alters seasons and feasts, right? According to the ordinance, man. Sun, moon, and stars that he made in Genesis 1:14. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 9. Some of them hath he made high days and hollowed them, and some of them hath he made ordinary days.
Right, some of them hath he made high days and hollowed them. Right, those are your major feast days. Right, you have your Sabbaths in there. You'll have your high holy Sabbaths. Right, Feast of Pentecost, Feast of blowing of trumpets, Feast of Unleavened Bread, and Feast of Tabernacles. Right, Day of Atonement. You know, those are high holy days that's hallowed within the month. Right, within the year. And some hath he made ordinary days. Those are your regular days of labor, man. You know what I'm saying? What most people say, your 6 days of labor before the rest of the Holy Sabbath, after those 6 days of labor. And those are within the month. You have 30 days in a month. You have your 4 work weeks within your month, right? And you have your 4 Sabbaths within your month. You have your new moon, which is the first day by default of every month. Let's get there real quick in Rock 43. All right, so we read in Genesis 1 and 14 that it said the Lord made lights in the firmament of heaven for days, seasons, times, and years, right? Wait, signs, seasons, I said that wrong. Signs, seasons, days, and years, right? I want to put days and years right by each other just so, you know, the Lord ain't dealing with you. You can't just count weeks. There's no such thing as counting weeks all year round. You can't just count weeks. You know what I'm saying? Because if you count your weeks, if you just count by weeks, right, from 7, 7, 7, look here, first you're gonna miss that new moon day, right? Or you're gonna add new moon day as one of your damn 6 days of labor, right? You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna screw up your month anyways when you do that. You go 6 days of your labor and the 7th day of the Sabbath. You're gonna automatically number your new moon day as one of the 6 days of labor, but it's not. It's a feast day. New moon is a feast day. You know what I'm saying? You will say 7, right? Now you have your that Sabbath here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You'll say do that all throughout the week. Then you have 4 weeks right there, and then you'll still have 2 days, like 29 and 30. You don't know what the hell you're doing with those. So you just say, you know. So and you know it's 30. They know it's 30 days, so they just say, you know what? To hell with that. No. 7 consecutive Sabbath. You know what I'm saying? The 7th day consecutive Sabbath. It doesn't run consecutive with the feast days, like the brother said. Mm-hmm. That's the new way they teach it now. I don't know how he said it. I'm paraphrasing what he said, but anyways.
You say consecutive 7 from Genesis. That's how ignorant.
That's
how dumb it is.
Yeah.
Dumb.
You got consecutive 7 from Genesis 2 and 1. That's what they say. You know what I'm saying? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're not mentioning New Moon Day now. This is, you know what I'm saying, New Moon Day is out of the picture. So what's going on here? You know what I'm saying? Because you can't just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, skip over New Moon Day. Now, you know what I'm saying? We see what they do. They do New Moon Day every Saturday, brother. Do New Moon Day, and then they wait for the next Saturday to come in. The first.
And it just happened.
Right? It just happened. They just did it, man. They just did it. They declared New Moon coming in, what, Wednesday evening?
Yeah, Wednesday night, Thursday. Right?
Wednesday evening, Wednesday night, Thursday time. And then,
2 days later.
2 days later, talking about Holy Sabbath.
Shabbat
No
shalom.
6 days of labor. They do not count. That is not in there, but they'll teach it. They'll teach 6 days shall you labor, brother, and the 7th day is the Sabbath. That's talking about Saturday. You know what I'm saying? Just to put that, yeah. I don't want to go into that, man. It's just upsetting to my spirit, man. I don't understand why they're not. I don't understand why they don't. Nobody's trying to catch it. But
Profaning this. Can I get a precept real quick?
yeah, go ahead.
Ezekiel 22. I know you're going back where you.
Yeah, I was gonna go to Ezekiel 22, but it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, because this, I'm just talking about the profaning part. That's what you're showing. Because they just, what I'm saying, pagan Thursday was new moon. 2 days later, you ask them, where's your 6 days of labor? They think they did, you know what I mean? No, you can't do that. You just, where's your 6 days of labor if you, but pagan Thursday was a new moon. But Ezekiel 22 verse 26.
Right, Ezekiel 22, 26. Her priests have violated my law and have profaned my holy things. They have put no difference between the holy and profane.
Right.
Neither have they showed difference between the unclean and clean.
Right.
And have hid their eyes from my Sabbaths.
Mm-hmm.
And I am profane among them.
Right, that's what, and that's right. And that's talking about her priests have violated my law. They ain't talking about the religious organizations. They ain't talking about Christianity and Seventh-day Adventists, and they ain't talking about them. They're talking about you Israelites. You brothers and leaders that know you're Israel. Right? Have profaned my holy thing, like the brother just brought out. Holy, and you have holy, and then you have profane. They have put no difference between holy and profane. Neither have they showed difference between the unclean and the clean. They don't show. They'll say the pagan calendar is pagan, but they're going by it. Right? And they have hid their eyes from my Sabbath when it was holy Sabbath, not Saturday. And I am profane among them. They don't even know that. Them saying they're not worshiping Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, like the brother say, on Saturday all year round.
Yeah. Sirach chapter 43, verse 6.
Right. Sirach chapter 43, verse 6. He made the moon also to serve in her season, for a declaration of times and a sign of the world.
Right. So the moon is for a declaration of times. All right. Times. You know what I'm saying? So it's no time count that's outside of what the Lord gave in Genesis 1:14. The moon specifically being that the declarer of the times, right? The moon is the true declarer or declaration of times. He made the moon also to serve in her season, night season, right? He separated the day from the night. The greater light to rule the day, which is the sun, the less light to rule the night, the moon, right? The moon also to serve in her season for a declaration of times. You know what I'm saying? So anything that has to do with time is on the moon's. It's by the moon's watch, right? And a sign of the world. The moon is a sign of the world. Who? The Israelites, man. Get Exodus 31:13 real quick. We're gonna come back here.
Exodus chapter 31, verse 13. Speak thou also unto the children of Israel, saying, Verily my Sabbaths ye shall keep, for it is a sign between me and you throughout your generations, that ye may know that I am the Lord that doeth sanctify you.
All right, so this, right? And this also shows that the Sabbath, because it is a sign, and that moon is a sign of the world is Israel, right? Because right here the Lord says, speak also unto the children of Israel, saying, Verily my Sabbaths ye shall keep. He's not talking about all races, so that sign of the world is not talking about all nations on the earth. That's not what it's saying. The sign of the world is talking about the world of Israel. It's a sign to them, right? The Lord used parables and metaphors and dark sayings to get his word through to his people. You know what I'm saying? So by this moon, that also shows you that, you know what I'm saying, that the Sabbath is not no damn 7 consecutive since Genesis 2. That Sabbath is within the moon, right? Because it's right there. It says, for it shall be a sign between me and you. That's the precept to go with that is what we just read. Let's go back to Sirach chapter 40, 3 verse 6. He made the moon also to serve in her season for a declaration of times. A declaration of times for all feast days, man. And for a sign of the world. And it's a sign for the children of Israel. Their feast days are within the month. Go ahead.
Verse 7. From the moon is the sign of feasts.
Right? And spell that feast. Is it one? Right, go ahead.
Feasts. F-E-A-S-T-S.
Right, feast, plural. That's all feast days. Right? It didn't say for some feast days. Is that from the... Read it one more time.
From the moon is the sign of feasts, a light that decreaseth in her perfection.
Right, so from the moon is a sign of feast. All the feast days of the Lord, not it's a sign of some feast. It doesn't say sign of some feast or most feast. You know what I'm saying? Or very few feasts. It said it's a sign of feast. We got to stop that, man. You got to stop adding to the word and taking away from the word, man. You take away from the word, meaning you don't mention what the Lord, you know what I'm saying, had put it. That's why you got to read the scriptures very carefully and be very tedious about how you teach it. You know what I'm saying? Very carefully, man. You know what I'm saying? Because saying that the Sabbath is outside or counted outside of the time that the Lord held up for or declared for the children of Israel, which is like we're reading right now, the moon being the declarer of times. You know what I'm saying? You say no. You know what I'm saying? The Sabbath has nothing to do with counting your within your moon. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to count it according to the moon. You count it, you know, by the damn. You might as well just say by the pagan calendar. I don't know why they just don't say it straight up.
Yeah, I want to.
Just say count it by the pagan calendar. You know what I'm saying? You say no, it's not according to the. You know what I'm saying? The count is according to the moon, new moon. That's what they always say. Your Sabbath's not counted by the new moon. New moon is just one day. Just say moon. It don't make no sense when they talk. You know what I'm saying? It's not counted by the new moon. Of course, Sabbath ain't the new moon day. New moon day is just one day. That's the very first day. But the Sabbath is counted by the moon's ordinance, right? Right? From the moon is a sign of feast, a light that decreases in her perfection. Go ahead, read verse 8.
Verse 8, the month is called after her name, increasing wonderfully in her changing, being an instrument of the armies above, shining in the firmament of heaven.
Right, so the month is called after her name. It's 12 months in a year, right? The word month comes from the word moon. That's what the Lord is telling us. You get your word month from moon. So month, 30 days, your weeks and days are where? Within the month. You can't get 30 days of a month if no days and weeks are not within them. It don't make no damn sense. A month is just one day? No. A month is 30 days. Your weeks and days are within the month. Your months, weeks, and days are within the year. It works perfect. It's just like a damn clock. You got the big hand and the small hand, right? And you got the ticking hand that moves every second. It's what they call the seconds hand, right? Mm-hmm. Seconds, minutes, and hours are within that one damn clock. You know what I'm saying?
Within the day, right?
You know, you get 24 hours in the day. That thing will rotate, 12 at first. Word rotate 12 hours of the day. You know what I'm saying? To get your daylight. Your daylight 12 hours, and then your night season 12 hours. That's why they made that clock. They made it to try to mimic biblical, you know what I'm saying, the time of the Lord. Right? The ordinance of the Lord. They were trying to get close because they don't really understand how to, you know what I'm saying, really count the ordinance of the Lord, but we do. See, they do know it for food. I ain't gonna lie, I say that. They know the seasons. So, you know what I'm saying, when they plant their crops and everything, right? And and when it's breeding season for the cattle, because they've been studying them shit since they took them from us, mm-hmm. But They don't know the feast of the Lord. This is why you have the Jewish man who stole our heritage, right? So-called Negroes and Hispanics. That's why he's saying Saturday Sabbath. He's saying Hanukkah, you know, Pesach and all of that garbage. And they even say the Feast of Pentecost is in the 3rd month. You know what I'm saying? At least they're closer than our brothers. They closer. They're closer than our brothers. Our brothers, you know, they just say 50 days.
50 days.
Oh, they say 50 days too. They do say 50 days too. Them damn devils say. So that's probably what it is. The 3rd, you know, what I mean, that I never counted it, but I just seen a little diagram on Google where they had the, you know what I'm saying, 50 days. It did say 50 days after, but they counted from the before the first day of unleavened bread. They counted from before that. That's what some of the brothers do too now out there. So, but 50 days, yeah. They don't even understand. It's not just 50 days in the Feast of Pentecost, man. You know what I'm saying? With that harvest. You know what I'm saying? You don't harvest nothing in 50 days. They didn't even think on it because it's not for them. But our people falling behind it. But that ain't the problem. Let's go to, damn, where I wanted to go next. Leviticus 23. That's what I want to do. Leviticus 23. This is the damn shame that they do this. Now this is where they take away and add to the word, man. This is a damn shame, man. Leviticus chapter 23, let's start at 2 now.
All right, Leviticus chapter 23, verse 2. Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them concerning the feast of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations.
Right, so concerning the feast of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy. Go ahead.
Even these are my feasts.
Right, and all the feast days ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations. Holy convocations, meaning gatherings, man. Even these are my feast, right? Some brothers will teach that right there, like that's a typo or something. The Lord had inserted that right there before the Holy Sabbath is finna read about, and it's not supposed to be there. Like it's not supposed to really be there, bro. It's supposed to be after we read about the Holy Sabbath, right? Go ahead.
Verse 3, 6 days shall work be done, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of rest and holy convocation. You shall do no work therein. It is the Sabbath of the Lord in all your dwellings.
You see that? 6 days shall work be done, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of rest and holy convocation. That's what, and they didn't like that. You got holy convocation. You know what I'm saying? These are my feasts. Before you read this, you see what I'm saying? It's sad as hell. They trying to fight for that Saturday so bad. They're willing to say, well, the Lord didn't really. I don't know. I can't really say what they said. Man, do you have that real quick, or is it on there? It's on there, huh? The sound bite.
Yeah, I got one of
this. I want that one from Big Eyes. Yeah. I want that one, bruh. You know, because that's a damn shame, man, for him to say. I can't remember the exact word to use, but it's trying to say, verse 2.
Which is an introduction. That's what he said.
Introduction.
Yeah, that's just an introduction. You can read on. You just had the brother read it, right past it. I got you.
That's just an introduction. Yeah, man, this is a damn shame. And these are leaders of our people, man, adding and taking away from what the word actually says. This is why we read Ezekiel chapter 44, verse 23 and 24 at first. Teach the difference to my people between holy and profane. Profane is, you know, we're going to show an example of profaning the Holy Sabbath. What the Greeks did to us, man. All right, and we're going to, like this ain't a real long class, but, you know, we're going to bring that out, man.
Okay, it's two of them. One says, the weeks are separate from the months. That's one sound bite. The other one, he says, that's just an introduction.
Play both of them.
Okay.
Leviticus chapter 23, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, say unto them, concerning the feast of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations. Even these are my feasts. So this is the introduction. Go ahead, verse 3. 6 days shall work be done.
It's just an introduction. I'm sorry, pause that real quick. It's just an introduction. It's like saying, don't really focus on that. It's just an introduction. Don't focus on that. You know, it's just giving you like a prologue or something. You know what I mean? That's just basically trying to dumb it down. You know what I'm saying? It's just an introduction to what? To the feast days, brother. You got to say it. What the scriptures say. The scriptures say concerning the feast of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations. Even these are my feast. Now it's going to list the feast after that. Even these are my feasts, holy convocation. Go ahead, brother. It didn't make no goddamn sense, man.
All right, that's that one. All right, now the one we say the weeks are consecutively regardless of the months. This is what he's saying. This one.
And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron, this month shall be the beginning. You see the moon look like this? That marks your month. That marks your month. The weeks run consecutively regardless of it. But this moon right here marks the beginning of your month.
So the weeks run consecutively, regardless of where, you know what I'm saying, your moon coming in and everything. You know, yeah, you keep new moon day, but the weeks, you know what I'm saying, your weeks run consecutively regardless of, you know.
That wouldn't make new moon a worship day. Whoa! You don't realize what they profaning the Sabbath.
Was that the first one that we heard? That was all of it?
The very first one.
Yeah.
I can go back to it.
Because I wanted to hear after. I thought they had a little bit more after. Even these are my feasts. I thought they had a little bit more after
It's
that.
the Sabbath of rest.
Oh,
We
they
kept
did.
this when
Okay.
Vespasian attacked us. We kept this when the holy convocations. Even these are my feasts. Also, leave that. So this is the introduction. Go ahead, verse 3. 6 days shall work be done. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of rest. We kept this when Vespasian attacked us. We kept this when Pompey attacked us. When the Greeks attacked us. We kept this day, okay? And holy convocation. Holy convocations, singular or plural? And holy convocation. Convocation. This is the Sabbath day in itself. Holy convocation. One is one. Go ahead. You shall do no work therein. It is the Sabbath of the Lord in all your dwellings. Wherever you are, the seventh day is in all your dwellings. That's your Sabbath. Now, verse 4, verse 4. These are the now he goes, these, aside from 3, that's your Sabbath day, 7-day cycle. Boom, that's your Sabbath right there. 4, 8. These, watch, are the feasts of the Lord. Watch, are the what? Are the feasts of the Lord. Watch. Even holy convocation. Holy convocations. Plural.
That's
3 is
the one
singular.
I'm trying
That's
to
the
get
7-day Sabbath. Separate. Then you have 4. These are
Stop
the
it.
feasts. Even holy convocations.
This is the one that I wanted, right? Because he's trying to make the difference between verse 2 saying, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations. You know what I'm saying? Even these are my feasts. Convocations are holy. I can't believe he's trying to separate the Sabbath by saying that. You know what I'm saying? Yes, holy convocation is speaking of all the feasts. In verse 3, I'm talking about verse 2, I'm sorry. Verse 2 is speaking of all the feasts throughout the year. Verse 3 is speaking of the holy convocation of the Sabbath. Of course it's not going to say the Sabbath is holy convocations, because it's just one, it's talking about the Sabbath day. It's not talking about all of the feasts. Right. This is what makes him a fucking retard, man. Right. For even saying that. You just about as dumb as hell for saying that, man. This dude is a goddamn idiot, man. 6 days shall work be done, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of rest. The 7th day is the Sabbath of rest and holy convocation.
Right. It didn't say 7 days.
It don't have to, yeah. It don't have to, it didn't say 7 days is the Sabbath of rest and holy convocations. It don't know. It don't have to say holy convocations. You know what I'm saying? No, Sabbath is a holy convocation. It's one of those feast days of or one of those holy convocations throughout the year. That's basically what it's saying. And then it starts verse 4 saying, these are the feast of the Lord. Feast of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? These are the feast. It's talking about all feasts. Even holy convocations. Yes, because it's talking about plural, multiple feast days. It's not talking about one. It didn't go and say, you know what I'm saying? This is the, right? You know, 6 days shall work be done, but the 7th days is the Sabbath of rest. And holy convocation. I don't know what the hell is wrong with people, man.
Trying to hold on to that.
God damn. Boy, you trying to hold. And then another thing he said was, we kept the holy Sabbath in the Greek captivity. That's well, in the Roman captivity, yes. You know what I'm saying? The Greeks, in captivity, we started to, and as for like 100. Let's get that real quick. First Maccabee chapter 1. First Maccabee chapter 1. We gonna show it, man. Y'all, I don't know what the hell they talking about, bro. They don't know what the hell they talking about, bro. First Maccabee chapter 1, verse. Start at 41.
First Maccabee chapter 1 verse 41. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people.
Right. So King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that he conquered, because he conquered all nations, man. He was over all nations. Right. You go read that up in the above this, and you'll get that. But we getting straight to the point, right? Talking about King Antiochus. This is a Greek king, right? Go ahead.
Verse 42, and every one should leave his laws, so all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king.
So the context or the point is him doing that, right? Should be one people, is everybody should leave their own laws, their native, you know what I'm saying, laws that they kept, right? Go ahead.
Verse 43, yeah, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion and sacrificed unto idols and profaned the Sabbath.
See that? And profaned the Sabbath. Why? Because he said every man must change from their laws that they had, man. They didn't keep, you know what I'm saying, and consult to his religion. His religion, you know what I'm saying, well, all the heathen religion was they love the sun, moon, and stars, man. And, you know what I'm saying, they seen these as days, and they did horoscope, they did all of those things. They, you know what I'm saying, they worship the damn sickle, what is it? Not the sickle, but the damn crescent moon, the full moon, you know what I'm saying, the stars. They thought the stars were planets, you know what I'm saying, and they worshiped them, right? This is what he wanted to get the Israelites on, man. Start at 45, there we go.
45, and forbid burnt offerings and sacrifice and drink offerings in the temple, that they should profane the Sabbaths and festival days.
That they should profane the Sabbaths throughout the year. See that? Plural, throughout the year, and festival days. You know what I'm saying? Why didn't the Lord just say just profane all the festival days? No, he's specific. He had to be specific. The festival days and the holy Sabbaths. So no one would say dumb shit like the brother said. No, we kept the Sabbath in the Greek. You know what I'm saying? With the Greeks, we kept the Sabbath. No, they taught you how to profane the holy Sabbath. You think they want you to keep your... You know what I'm saying? These niggas is crazy, bro. What is they reading, bro? Go ahead.
Right, verse 46, and pollute the sanctuary and holy people. Set up altars and groves and chapels of idols, and sacrifice swine's flesh and unclean beasts.
Right. Set up altars and groves and chapels of idols, and sacrifice swine's flesh and unclean beasts. This is how you profane the holy Sabbath and pollute the feast days of the Lord. You sacrifice on the altars, you know what I'm saying, of the heathen. Right? And what did they do this for? 49.
49, to the end that they might forget the law and change all the ordinances.
And that's what they want to do. Make them forget the law and change all the ordinances. Right? Jump down to verse... Right, 54.
Okay, 54. Now the 15th day.
I'm sorry, start at 53. Right.
53.
The Israelite priests that wanted to keep the religion of the heathen. This is what they did to their own people. Go ahead.
53, and drove the Israelites into secret places, even wheresoever they could fly for succor.
Flee for
succor.
Right. Go ahead.
Now the 15th day of the month Caslu, in the 145th year, they set up the abomination of desolation upon the altar.
Upon the altar of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? This is set up upon the altar of the Lord. They set up the abomination of desolation upon the altar of the Lord. Jump down to 59. We're going to prove it.
59. Now the 25th day of the month, they did sacrifice upon the idol altar, which was upon the altar of God.
So the idol, they set it on top of the altar of God, and they sacrificed swine's flesh. right? Jump back up, because it said, now in the 15th day of the month, Caslu, right? Yeah, I'm getting to that. You know what I'm saying? In the month Caslu, right? Which is the 9th month. They call it Caslu. But it's the 9th month, right? The 15th day of the 9th month in the 145th year. That's of the Greek reign. The Greeks' reign. You know what I'm saying? This is around the 145th year that the Greeks was reigning. They set up the abomination of desolation upon the altar and builded idol altars throughout the city of Judah on every side. And this is on the holy Sabbath, 15th day, right? We're going to prove it. Go ahead. Verse 55.
55. And burnt incense at the doors of their houses and in the streets.
Right? Verse 56.
56. And when they had rent in pieces the books of the law which they found, they burnt them with fire.
They not only ripped them up and destroyed them, they burnt them with fire. They didn't want anybody to come back and remember, like we said, like we read in verse 49, to the end they might forget the law and change all the ordinances. That's the point. That's why they rent the books and burnt them. They wanted them to forget the laws and change the ordinances of God. From the 15th, they did it on the 15th day. They don't say, because they knew the 15th day was the holy Sabbath, so they had to pollute the holy Sabbath. Right? Verse 57.
57. And wheresoever.
Who?
Okay.
Oh, the book say who?
It said
wheresoever?
Yeah.
57, let me see. Damn, they do say wheresoever in a book.
And whosoever was found with any, the book of the testament, or if any consented to the law, the king's commandment was that they should put him to death.
See that? And whosoever was found with any, the book of the testament, you know what I'm saying? They tried to hide anything. That's how serious it was. They didn't want you to keep the holy Sabbath. Why would the heathen want you to keep the holy Sabbath and sanctify yourself and serve your God? No. You know what I'm saying? Then the Lord will be with you. You know what I'm saying? But dumbass brothers like that lead people astray, you know what I'm saying? And people going to believe them because they say he been in the truth many years. We don't have no against their, you know what I'm saying? I don't have, we love the brothers, you know what I'm saying? The IUIC and all other camps. But we don't love the lies and the bullshit, man. We hate that, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what David said too. David said, a precept, but I hate every false way, right? Your precepts I love. I'm probably chopping and screwing.
They get it?
Yeah, go ahead and get that real quick. I'm probably chopping and screwing that the hell up.
Psalms 119, verse 104.
And we going back to First Maccabee too.
All right, Psalms 119, verse 104. Through thy precepts I get understanding.
There you go.
Therefore I hate every false way.
Right, so the precepts we get understanding, meaning the reading, going through the scriptures, and teaching it as the scriptures say. And we hate every false way, everything that's taught that's not within the scriptures, man. That's not in the scriptures that this man gave us our Sabbath in the Greek captivity, or let us keep the Sabbath, man. That's a lie. He took that away. Once he know that our God was with us as we keep his commandments, you know what I'm saying? No. Take that away from him so that God won't be with him, and then we can destroy him. That's how they did that. They did that, man. Divide and conquer. Divide them up from their laws, not just the people. Divide them up from the laws of God. Divide them from their God, and then conquer their ass. That's what they did, right? Back to First Maccabee. A reason why I want to go back, verse 58, right?
All right, First Maccabees 1, verse 58. Thus did they by their authority unto the Israelites every month.
Every month they did this. Every month. Go ahead.
To as many as were found in the cities.
Right, and that's talking about, they did that, meaning they checked, they watched us. You know what I'm saying? The holy Sabbath that we kept, they watched us and hell no, we're not going to let them. No. And they marked which days were the holy Sabbath, say, you know what, we're going to profane the altar of God on every Sabbath day. But that one was, right, go back 54, it says, now the 15th day of the month, right? Let's go get some, man. Let's go to Leviticus chapter 23 real quick. Leviticus 23, and we're going to go straight to the point down to verse 39.
Right, Leviticus chapter 23, verse 39. Also in the 15th day of the 7th month.
That's the first day of the Feast of Tabernacles. 15th day of the 7th month is the feast of the first day of Feast of Tabernacles. It's a high holy Sabbath. It's a Sabbath day, but it's high holy because the Feast of Tabernacles is on that Sabbath day too. It's always the 15th day of the month.
Mm-hmm.
That Sabbath, the second Sabbath is always the 15th day of every month. But in that 7th month, the Feast of Tabernacles was on that 15th day, and it's on the 22nd day. So those two Sabbaths within the 7th month are high holy Sabbaths because they have that feast day on top of it, right? That's the different. That's how that's the difference between high holy and holy Sabbath. We can do a class on that, man, because most of them dumbass brothers don't even understand that.
No, they'll say Shabbat, Shabbat one, but they ain't breaking it down, making it plain.
Yeah, making it
because they go by the pagan calendar.
Yeah.
Right, but read it again. Leviticus 23, verse 39. Also in the 15th day of the 7th month, when you have gathered in the fruit of the land.
Because you gathered the fruit of the land before the 15th day to bring an offering unto the priest. Go ahead.
Ye shall keep a feast unto the Lord 7 days.
Right.
On the first day shall be a Sabbath.
See that? On the what?
On the first day shall be a Sabbath.
Which is the 15th. We just read the 15th in the book of Maccabees, right? The 15th day of the month, Caslu. They set up idol altars and, you know what I'm saying, burnt swine flesh. That 15th day shall be a Sabbath. Go ahead.
And on the 8th day shall be a Sabbath.
And on the 8th day shall be a Sabbath. Let's count 8 days from the 15th.
Mm-hmm.
Let's count 8 days from the 15th, right? The 15th shall be a Sabbath, like we got here. Sabbath is the 15th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 22nd day. You know what I'm saying? That's the last day of the Feast of Tabernacles.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The feast is 7 days, though. That you be in the tent from the 15th to the 21st. But, I mean, the feast day. Mm-hmm. But the totality, the closing of the Feast of Tabernacles is the 22nd. 15, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It said 8th day shall be a Sabbath too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. 15th day shall be a Sabbath. 8th day shall be a Sabbath on the 7th month. See that? And that 8th day, it's not talking about the 8th day like the... Damn, we should have brought that up, that dumbass boy in Clubhouse, man. See that? Look what it say. The 15th day shall be a Sabbath and the 8th day. So you mean to tell me that time lapse? Because remember we said time lapse about these Exodus 16. Talking about something, because it says 6 days. You know what I'm saying? On the 6th day, you shall gather in twice as much days. See, after the 15th, let's get that real quick. You know what I'm saying? Let's get that real quick. Let's go to Exodus chapter 16 real quick. You know what I'm saying? And start at 1, because it's talking about the 15th day. Right?
Exodus chapter 16, verse 1. And they took their journey from Elim, and all the congregation of the children of Israel came unto the wilderness of Sin,
Right?
which is between Elim and Sinai. And on the 15th day of the 2nd month, after their departing out of the land of Egypt.
Right, so the 15th day of the 2nd month, right, after departing out of the land of Egypt, man. They came on the 15th day of the 2nd month. So this is the Sabbath day, right? 15th day of the 2nd month. Actually, it's high holy because that's the feast of unleavened. That's the feast of unleavened bread. Do over if you were unclean by reason of the 1st month,
Mm-hmm.
which the children of Israel wasn't unclean because they came up out of Egypt. The Lord already cleared, sanctified them and purified them and everything before this day came up. And you get that in Ezekiel chapter 16 when he talks about how he brought them up out of the land of Egypt and purified them out of their blood because it was polluted in their blood. That don't mean they had blood all over them, but it's just in their sinful ways, right? Jump down, bro. Where's that? Verse 5?
Verse 5.
Yes, sir.
And it shall come to pass that on the 6th day they shall prepare that which they bring in, and it shall be twice as much as they gather daily.
And it shall come to pass that on the 6th day. See, and this brother said that's time lapse. This is going into the next month after that. See, 15 came around. Then next thing, it's going into the next month. Now we're on the 6th day. This is the 6th day of the next month. That's what the brother said. You know what I'm saying? That's not what that's talking about. It's talking about the 6th day after the 15th day of the 2nd month. That's what it's talking about. That's the 21st day. You shall gather in twice as much. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because the 22nd will be the Sabbath. That's why that's what it was just talking about. Verse 5 says, and it shall come to pass that on the 6th day, that's the 6th day after the 15th, which is 21st, they shall prepare that which they bring in, and it shall be twice as much as they gather daily. Why? Because that's prep day. Prep day before the 22nd. 21st day is prep day before the 22nd. You should gather twice as much daily, meaning manna, right? To lay over for the Sabbath the next day, because you can do any cooking. That's what it's talking about, man. He ain't talking about no damn time lapse. You know what I'm saying? All the way into the next, because that will put you here, right here. You're talking about some damn 6th day. That'll put you right here. Yes. That's the 6th day, and then the next day will be the 7th day. That's prep day still. That ain't even a Sabbath. You can't say that.
Right, and it would say 6th day of the month. It says 6th day.
The brothers.
And it shall come to pass on the 6th day. And then say 6th day of the month.
Right. These brothers are, man. These brothers are trick, man.
And it's all we know. They're really just trying to hold on to that Saturday. That's what the ball's down to.
Yep. Trying to hold on to the damn Saturday, man. So, yeah, we just proved that, you know, and let me get something real quick. Damn, what I was thinking of. Freak. I ain't write nothing down. Let's go Leviticus 23 and verse. Go read the read about Passover real quick. Passover and the next day Feast of Unleavened Bread.
All right. Back to Leviticus chapter 23.
Verse 5.
In verse 5. In the 14th day of the first month at even is the Lord's Passover.
See that? 14th day at even is the Lord's Passover. It's not a Sabbath. That's the 14th day. That's the prep before the High Holy Feast of Unleavened Bread, which is the second Sabbath. Right? It's just like Tabernacles. The first day of Feast of Unleavened Bread is on the 15th. The last day of the Feast of Unleavened Bread feast is the 22nd. It's the same setup, man. Right? And before we read, let's get that real quick in Ezekiel chapter 45 real quick. Let me show you. The same thing. That's why they have the same sacrifices set up on that day as well. The priests, they had to do the same sacrifices. You know, go ahead, bro.
Right, Ezekiel chapter 45, verse 25. In the 7th month, in the 15th day of the month, shall he do the like in the feast of the 7 days.
Right? So, in the 7th month, in the 15th day of the month, shall he do the like in the feast of the 7 days. What is the feast of the 7 days? Jump back up, bro.
Up to verse
This is 21.
21. In the first month, in the 14th day of the month, shall ye have the Passover, a feast of 7 days. Unleavened bread shall be eaten.
Right, so the feast of 7 days is the feast of unleavened bread. You know what I'm saying? You have the Passover, and then you got the feast of unleavened bread, the 15th day. So the 14th day of the month at even is the Passover. And you see in it, you know what I'm saying? But the point is, the last verse said, and shall he do the like as the feast of the 7 days, right? That's talking about the Passover and the Feast of Unleavened Bread being on the same day, and they doing the same sacrifices in different months. They're doing the same sacrifices in different months, but those days, you know what I'm saying, these two different feast days on the same day within the month. Mm-hmm. That's why we say your months are within the year, your days are within your, and weeks are within the month. You know what I'm saying? It's no different. This month, it'll be a new moon. Of course, like next month will be the 9th month, but it'll be still 30 days. And your Sabbaths are within those 30 days in the same area. They're set feasts. Ain't like they're not scrambled. They're not moving around, man. They're the same. We have the same diagram every month. But you talk to a Saturday brother and say, oh, their Sabbath moves. They got moving. They're moved their Sabbath every month. No, we don't move it. You're looking at a pagan calendar.
Right.
You have pagan calendar tendencies and a pagan calendar eyesight. That's what you have.
Exactly.
Your eyesight, it's all you're screwed and discombobulated up there in the mind, man. But you know what I'm saying? This don't move. Same diagram. We don't erase it and rewrite it. Nothing, man.
and they're really the dumb. In their dumbness, they're saying the moon moves.
Yeah, see.
That's what you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Tell me, no, the moon don't move.
Well, ordinances don't change.
Right, they're the same
thing. You know what I'm saying? Right, man. Leviticus 23 verse. That's what I wanted to get to. Verse 6.
Right, Leviticus 23, verse 6. And on the 15th day of the same month is the feast of unleavened bread unto the Lord.
Go ahead.
7 days ye must eat unleavened bread.
Right, so in the 15th day of the same month is the feast of unleavened bread. It didn't say it's still the Passover. Brothers say the 14th is the 15th. Taken away from the word, adding to the word. Wrong, wrong, wrong. Why would he have in verse 5, in the 14th day of the first month at even is Lord's Passover? And on the 15th day of the same month is the feast of unleavened bread. Why would he, in the 14th day of the first month at even is Lord's Passover and the feast of unleavened bread? And on the 15th day is the, I can't even try to make it make sense how they say it, bro. You can't make it makes no sense, man. The 14th is the 15th. No, it's not. These are two different numbers, two different feast days. You know what I'm saying? Right next to each other, man. You got the Holy Passover, the Feast of Passover, and you have the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Passover, Feast of Unleavened Bread. Yeah, man. For 7 days you must... Go ahead, verse 7.
7. In the first day you shall have an holy convocation. You shall do no servile work therein.
First day you shall have an holy convocation. It's talking about the first day of the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Because remember, 7 days you must eat unleavened bread. So it's talking about the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Passover is not a Sabbath. Passover is not a Sabbath. It said the 15th day of the same month is the Feast of Unleavened Bread unto the Lord. 7 days ye must eat unleavened bread. In the first day, talking about the Feast of Unleavened Bread, the 15th day, ye shall have an holy convocation. If you jump back up to verse 2, these are the Feast of the Lord, man. Holy convocations are Sabbaths. You know what I'm saying? Hallowed, holy days. Worship days. That 15th day is a holy convocation,
right,
man.
The Passover is not a holy convocation.
Yeah, it's not. Passover is not a holy convocation.
Brother, rent out venues.
It's really not, man. Yeah, you're renting out venues and, you know what I'm saying, making it a holy No, every man a lamb according to his house. That's what it says in Numbers chapter, Exodus chapter 10. 12, Exodus 12, right? And let's get that real quick. And then we're going to go, because I had something I wanted to say about this. So 15 days, I'm like, the feast of unleavened bread to the Lord. You must be on the bread. Damn, I lost my damn thought, man. So 15 days of the same month as the feast of unleavened bread on the Lord. 7 days you must be on the fuck. Lost that goddamn thought, man. Shit. Man, I lost the damn thought, man. Oh, that's where I was gonna go. For that Sabbath as a high day, I was gonna go to that one in John. But go ahead and give me that real quick. I just want to get every man a lamb for his house to let him know it's not a holy convocation. Right.
Exodus chapter 12, verse 3. Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, in the 10th day of this month they shall take to them every man a lamb,
right,
according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for an house.
A lamb for the temple.
For a house.
A lamb for your own house. Every man should take a lamb according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for an house. Know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, it's supposed to be, I'm saying, and it's supposed to be according to the eating. The next verse says, go ahead, read it again.
If the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next unto his house take it according to the number of the souls. Every man according to his eating shall make your count for the lamb.
You see, they still not a holy convocation.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? If your house so small, like me and you, bro, me and you was here, and we, you know what I'm saying, and our neighbor, they had like 7 people over there, 7 people. You know what I'm saying? We might as well go and join with them. We got this whole, we don't have a whole damn lamb for and waste all that damn meat. No. We go, you know what I'm saying, eat with them, man.
Right.
So just, you know what I mean?
And just another one more, just, and we're going to move on. 7. And verse 7, they shall take the blood and strike it on the 2 side posts and on the upper door posts of the houses wherein they shall eat it.
Yeah. So Passover is not a holy convocation, man. It's not a Sabbath. It's not a high holy Sabbath. No, it's not. Right? Where's that one in John? Right?
John 19. St. John. St. John chapter 19, verse 31. St. John chapter 19, verse 31. The Jews, therefore, because it was the preparation that the body should not remain upon the cross on the Sabbath day, for that Sabbath day was an high day.
Right. That Sabbath wasn't high day. That first day of Feast of Unleavened Bread. It was a high day. And it's right. The Jews, therefore, because it was the preparation of what was the preparation? Go back to verse 14.
Verse 14. And it was the preparation of the Passover, and about the 6th hour, and he saith unto the Jews, behold your king.
Right, the 6th hour. He gave up the ghost in the 9th hour. Right? The 6th hour is noon. That's noonday.
Right.
That's noon. High noon when the sun is up high in the sky at noon. So he was hanging on a cross, man. He was hanging on the cross high noon. It was burning hot outside. And then 3 hours later, right, the 9th hour, that's when he gave up the ghost. But the point is, verse 14, it says, and it was the preparation of the Passover, meaning the Passover coming in what? At even of the 14th day. That's the 14th day season. It was the 14th day time when Christ was hanging on the cross. 14th day time, right? That's what it was. And verse 31 says, the Jews, therefore, because it was the preparation, right? It was the preparation before what? Before the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Now, because the Passover, the body should not remain upon the cross on the Sabbath day, for that Sabbath day was a high day. Besought Pilate that their legs might be broken, and that they might be taken away. He couldn't remain up on the cross on the Passover or the High Holy Sabbath. The reason why he can be up on the Passover because uncleanness by the bodies. Then they couldn't keep the Passover. They have to keep it the next month. So they took him down before it got dark outside, before the Passover. Joseph Arimathea begged for the body. He got the body off before the Passover came in. All right. Yeah, that's it. That's it on that. I just wanted to get that Sabbath was a high day. That was talking about that Feast of Unleavened Bread. 15, that's a high holy Sabbath. Right? Feast of Unleavened Bread. The first day of Feast of Unleavened Bread, high holy Sabbath. Why would it call it that Sabbath was a high day? Why would it call it a Sabbath day if your Sabbaths are not within your moon count? Right? Why would it call it a Sabbath day or a high holy Sabbath? It wouldn't be called a Sabbath day, man. It would just be called that feast day. It would be called the Feast of Blowing Trumpets. It would be called, I'm sorry, I said Feast of Blowing of Trumpets because the Lord made that a Sabbath, but I'm really talking about the Feast of Unleavened Bread and the Feast of Tabernacles, right? It would just say Feast of Tabernacles or Feast of Unleavened Bread. It would not say High Holy Feast of Unleavened Bread or High Holy Feast of Tabernacles. You know what I'm saying? The High Holy because it's landed on a Sabbath. Lands on a Sabbath. Just talking about, you know what I'm saying? Just Sabbath talk, man. Should have labeled class that Sabbath talk. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get some understanding out of people. So we got in the book of Maccabees that the 15th day, when they sacrifice swine's flesh on abominable altars that's sitting on top of the altar of God, they did it on the 15th day of the 9th month, right? Which is a Sabbath. It was a Sabbath day, right? Yeah, and if it's just 7, 7, 7, 7, get that one at Luke 6 and 1. What is it, 6 and? Yeah. Because if it's just 7, 7, 7, 7, you can't say, oh, this is the second Sabbath of the year. You cannot say this is the second Sabbath of the year. Don't if you're just running 7, 7, 7, 7 throughout the year. What we're about to read right now, Saturday brothers have no idea what this is talking about. Go ahead.
St. Luke chapter 6 verse 1. And it came to pass on the second Sabbath after the first.
See that? On the second Sabbath after the first. It's not talking about the second Sabbath after the first Sabbath of the year. No, that's not what it's talking about. It's talking about the second Sabbath of the month. The second Sabbath of the month after the first. That's what it's talking about. The second Sabbath of the month after the first will be the 15th. The 15th day of the month. The first Sabbath of the month will be the 8th day of the month. So the second Sabbath after the first. If I say the fourth Sabbath after the first, you know what I'm saying? That'll be day and night 29. Mm-hmm. The third Sabbath after the first will be day day and night 22. Mm-hmm. Right? So, you know, it's simple when you stay within the guidelines of the scriptures and you deal with sincere brothers, man, that want to stay within the scriptures. We don't want to go outside of what the Lord gave us to, right? Give me that real quick in Psalms 119, 128. Yeah, we stay right in the Bible. Psalms 119, 128. See, I got this scripture yesterday. This is good, good one for staying inside the Bible right here. Go ahead.
Right, Psalms 119, verse 128. Therefore, I esteem all thy precepts concerning all things to be right.
See that? I esteem all thy precepts concerning all things to be right. Go ahead.
And I hate every false way.
Right, so I'm reading one more time. Therefore, I esteem all thy precepts, meaning everything in the scriptures, concerning all things, even the Sabbaths and feast days, to be right. I don't need to go outside of the Bible. That's what it's saying.
Right.
One more time. Therefore, I esteem all thy precepts concerning all things to be right. Were you talking about feast days, Sabbath days, whether you talking about history of the Israelites, I don't need to go nowhere else. I'll stay right here in the Bible, and I hate every false way. That's outside of the Bible. That's real. That's what that's saying, man. So, yeah. Yeah, man. So, that's it on that, man. That's really what I want to bring out. I really have that much bring. I just wanted to bring out that part, definitely in Maccabee, about that 15th day. I was really watching them, and then just thinking about, you know, the little sound bites and everything like we got, man. And he said, oh man, he had to say that. In the Greek captivity, we kept our Sabbath. We kept that. He said, according to that, 6 days shall you labor in the 7th day. We kept that in the Greek captivity. No, you did not. No, we did not.
That's when the discontinuance.
Right. The heavy discontinuance came in. I mean, we kept it the first few years or whatever it may be, you know what I'm saying, until they say, you know what? Why are they not, you know what I'm saying, like, why aren't they falling? Like everything falling apart. Why are they still thriving? You know what I'm saying? We stopped the circumcision. They was starting, you know what I'm saying? They stopping the circumcision and everything bit by bit. And you're like, hold on. Got my Holy Sabbath, don't say, yeah, you're going to flee for security, hiding in caves and everything. Get that one real quick, hiding in caves. Second Maccabee 6, is it 6 or first Maccabee 6? One of them. I think it's second.
Yeah, Second Maccabees chapter 6, verse 11. And others that had run together into caves nearby to keep the Sabbath day secretly.
Why would they keep it secret if they wanted them to keep the Sabbath? If the heathen wanted them to keep the Sabbath, it shouldn't be a damn secret. They should be able to see us keep it. Go ahead.
Being discovered to Philip were all burnt together, because they made a conscience to help themselves for the honor of the most sacred day.
Yep, because to help themselves going into, you know what I'm saying, without our authority. You know what I'm saying? You don't do nothing without our authority. That's how the Greeks wanted it. No, you don't make a move without our authority. You know what I'm saying? Why are these Jews falling off? Why are they still thriving? Man, you know what? I seen some damn, Philip say, there's some damn niggas over there in the mountain keeping the Sabbath. They keeping the Sabbath, they holy. This is why we can't, you know what I'm saying, we can't overcome them. Let's go burn them niggas up beside them. You know what I'm saying? That way they can get the upper hand over us, man. They had to shut that off. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That, and they had, Eleazar, one of the principal scribes, an aged man, had him, they wanted him to act like he was eating swine's flesh so everybody else could eat the swine flesh. You know what I'm saying? To profane the people. We ain't gonna make you eat it, man. Just, hey, look like you eating it. So we can get these other, because if you get profane the Israelites, you know what I'm saying? We ain't worried about it. The Lord ain't gonna just deal with you alone. Oh, you know what I'm saying? But he said, no, I would rather die. He had to die. That's when that hammer came down heavy, boy. Them Greeks wasn't playing, man. You know what I'm saying? To say that we got to keep the Holy Sabbath and we was at peace, and yeah, you full of it, man. Right? Get that Revelation, right? About changing the word, right? Adding to the word. Revelation 22:19 or 18.
All right, Revelation chapter 22, verse 18. For I testify unto every man that heareth the words of the prophecy of this book.
You hear the words of the prophecy of this book. See that? You hear it or you read it. Go ahead.
If any man shall add unto these things, God shall add unto him the plagues that are written in this book.
That don't mean you add, meaning you write your own Bible. That's not what it's talking about. You could just add just by running your goddamn mouth. You know what I'm saying? And lying to somebody. You add to the word that came out of the scriptures, man. That's what it's talking about. Go ahead.
And if any man shall take away from the words of the book of this prophecy, God shall take away his part out of the book of life, and out of the holy city, and from the things which are written in this book.
Right. See that? So now it's making sense, even more sense. And if any man shall take away from the words of this book, you know what I'm saying? It don't mean go in here and take a black highlighter and you just mark over the words. No, it's once you teach it that it's not, you know what I'm saying? No, that's not there. No, that's not. That's taking away. You know what I'm saying? Because you take your black highlighter, you can cover up every word in the Bible, you close it and not teach. You know what I'm saying? That, you know, so what you don't think is supposed to be taught, you don't teach it. But hey, if you have to teach it. That'll be wrong too. You can't just say, you know what, I'm gonna teach the Sabbath and leave, because you're leaving out. You still leaving out. I'm gonna leave out that you can't cook, or I'm gonna leave out that you can't buy or sell. You know what I'm saying? That's still leaving out or taking away. So really, there's no way around it, man.
Right.
There's no way around it, bro. You can't go and telling people that the Bible say this and it doesn't say it. You can't go and tell the Bible that tell people that the Bible don't say this and it does say that. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's it, man. That's all I want to bring down. Shabbat Shalom, right? I mean, not Shabbat Shalom. Sorry. Shalom, man. Shalom. We're talking about the Sabbath, so I said Shabbat Shalom.
Night 6, Shalom. Grace and peace to you sincere ones.